Today's episode of Inside Gaming Daily is sponsored by ExpressVPN. You can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description or going to expressvpn.com/inside.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Friday.
Hey, you know what I normally say on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Ow! Yes! Ow!
People wanted to use the Master Chief one, but nah. Batten down the hatches, it looks like we got us another payola scandal in the world of video games.
Scandal? Word came out yesterday that the biggest streamer in the world, Ninja, got paid $1 million to...
What, get people to try to floss?
He probably did actually.
It's not hard.
That one time when he was like, okay, everybody!
Why aren't you doing it?
I'm not seeing enough movement.
Who's wearing a diaper?
Reuters reported that Ninja, aka Tyler Blevins, got $1 million from EA last month to play Apex Legends when it first launched.
Oh yeah, and they also referred to Ninja as the world's most followed computer gamer.
What the hell?
It's 2019, Reuters, come on. We just say gamer.
Let's be honest, this isn't really a scandal though,
No.
but it's a good goddamn reminder that a lot of money is changing hands behind the scenes to get new video games in front of as many eyeballs as possible.
Yeah, to earn that $1 million, Ninja tweeted about the game on February 5th, the day after Apex Legends launched, and of course streamed himself playing it on Twitch.
I mean, hell, I would take a room temperature can of beer to play a round of Halo. Anyone know?
You do that now, don't you?
A half-eaten burrito. I'm taking offers.
Yeah, Ninja wasn't the only one taking this tawdry, scandalous payout to play video games on the internet. They also paid Shroud an unspecified amount too.
Probably a ton of money.
Yeah, he gets a lot of viewership as well. So that's why everyone magically started playing Apex when it launched.
Yep.
Rocketed to the top of the Twitch chart, stayed there for a little bit, but on the slide ever since. Now, neither Ninja nor EA would confirm this, but it's got people talking about influencers because they are periodically reminded that these things happen.
Yep.
Some viewers might not be aware that money is actually exchanging hands behind the scenes over what people play and how long and what they say, and it changes their attitudes and all this stuff.
No, my illusions.
Yeah. It seems like there's a whole generation who have been advertised to by influencers that don't really know how the system works or have never thought to question
It's been happening for thousands of years.
Well, then
Yeah.
also, like, around this time, they're kind of getting fooled a little bit.
You think?
A little bit. To 13 years old, you don't know that.
Wasn't one of the first sponsors like a Roman gladiator who he like wore a...
Yeah, NASCAR.
Yeah. Obviously, $1 million is a lot of money, but for a big company like EA, it's really just chump change.
Yep.
For that investment, EA presumably made a bunch of money back. So Apex Legends made a huge splash, thanks in no small part to those streamers getting it into everyone's Twitch eyeballs right away.
Yeah, 3 days after it launched, EA's stock price and its market value jumped by 16%.
That's not a lot.
Which is about $4 billion.
I'm gonna go kill myself. What?
I paid $12 for a burrito yesterday and I started sweating.
Oh, because it was too much.
It was a good burrito.
When we last heard, Apex had around 50 million users, establishing it as a legit competitor to that other free-to-play battle royale behemoth.
Who? Oh, Fortnite.
That's right, Fortnite.
Yeah, it's still there.
You floss in a chair?
Nice, good
They don't-
floss.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
Good floss.
And if you compare Twitch viewership of Apex Legends and Fortnite, Apex was riding high in the 9-day span between its launch on February 4th and a tournament that started on February 12th when Apex hit its all-time highest viewer numbers.
Yeah, meanwhile, Fortnite's viewership numbers dipped during that time. Coincidence, Lawrence?
Probably not. They're pretty direct competitors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily exactly zero-sum, but if you're fighting over the same group of viewership, yeah, they're going to slosh back and forth. There are other business wins to this investment too, aside from stock price and viewership, and presumably people in the game paying money for skins. A significant chunk of those 50 million users are now launching the game through Origin, which is EA's client. It gives EA marketing opportunities to potential new customers. That's
Absolutely.
even if the new players to the game aren't explicitly giving EA money through skins or in-app purchases. They still have to go through EA's launcher where they can be served pop-ups about Anthem or EA Access or timed sales. That gives EA user data and marketing opportunities. So even if somebody doesn't spend a dime on Apex, they might buy Anthem now that they're served ads for it every time they try to launch the game, which is kind of annoying.
Those are called impressions.
Yep, there you go.
Paying streamers and influencers to play video games has been done in the past, but it might come as a surprise to some of their viewers who feel like everything is happening organically.
Yeah, which is exactly what they want you to think, just like we organically use ExpressVPN every single day. Thank you for the sponsorship, by the way, ExpressVPN.
And it's also marketing 101. Maybe that streamer you're watching is just playing a game because they really, really like it. Or maybe they're getting a little something for it.
Yeah, just look at how much a Super Bowl ad this year cost. More than $5 million for a 30-second ad.
Yeah.
So paying Ninja $1 million to stream your game for a few hours to his millions of followers is a relatively cheap investment.
Yeah. We see this all the time in social media with so-called influencers getting paid to show off products on Instagram or elsewhere.
Lawrence, are they part of that college admission scandal too?
Yeah, I might draw that influencer relation to a close. Shame about all those kickstands that won't happen now.
Is it? Last I heard, the kids are okay. They're still kind of
No,
undecided.
they dropped out because they were afraid of getting bullied.
Some of them.
They dropped out?
Lori Laughlin's daughters dropped out of USC.
No!
I think she found out about the news on a yacht. Lately, regulators have been requiring influencers to be more explicit about whether or not a post is a paid advertisement.
Yeah, basically, if a product pops up in your video, Instagram, whatever, you gotta clearly state that this isn't an ad. You can't just be like, oh wow, check out this new hand cream that I love.
Yeah, it goes great on my dick after a long video game session. Check it out, hashtag ad.
That was organic.
I pour Monster Energy drink all over my dick.
Is that sponsored or no?
You'll have to find out.
In 2017, the Federal Trade Commission sent out more than 90 letters to celebrities, athletes, and other influencers, reminding them that they should, quote, clearly and conspicuously disclose their relationships to brands when promoting or endorsing products through social media.
Yeah, watch out, millionaires. If you don't do something right, you might get a letter. What else has the FCC done, though, Lawrence?
They look into video games too. Back in 2016, they reached a settlement with Warner Brothers. Hello, corporate parents again.
Hello.
After it paid YouTubers like PewDiePie to give positive reviews to Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. We got a little tussle up with that too. Machinima ran a little campaign back in the day for the Xbox One.
We were there.
Yeah, it's mostly about due diligence. The person has to tell the influencer, you need to say this, and then the influencer needs to do it. If the person buying the ads doesn't tell the influencer that, then they're at fault.
That's what Machinima did, right?
Yep.
They didn't tell the influencers.
Because Machinima can't do anything right.
But the FTC has said that those payments weren't properly disclosed, and the settlement basically said you have to disclose these to the audience in the future.
bad.
Please send over 89 other one of these letters. Please respond.
We're gonna open one of them.
Jessica Rich, director of the FTC's Bureau of Consumer Protection, said at the time, quote, consumers have the right to know if reviewers are providing their own opinions or paid sales pitches.
That's
She's
right.
absolutely correct.
Totally, yeah.
100%.
And big streamers like Ninja can make a lot of money doing their thing. He told CNN late last year that he makes over $500,000 per month and sometimes more if the month is good or not.
Man, paying streamers to show off Apex Legends was clearly part of a rollout campaign for the game last month.
An EA rep told Kotaku that the company had a multi-part marketing program.
Multi-level marketing, is that what it is?
It almost sounds like it.
No, sorry.
You recruit 10 of your friends to talk about Apex, and they recruit 10 friends, and it goes up to your upline.
That legitimately does happen with some smaller streamers. If they have a vanity URL, you get paid per conversion. So if your streamer uses bit.ly.com/ I don't know, Lawrence Monster Energy drink, then for every can that I sell, I get 5 cents.
Well, back to the Apex marketing campaign. It also had paid engagements with some content creators at the launch of the game as we look to quickly introduce the game to the world.
End quote. Yeah, it didn't last very long though. The EA rep said that after February 5th, all Apex Legends streaming from content creators was completely organic, just like mine. They never paid me $1 million. I just like to stream it. It's fun.
As for the Ninja situation, EA also pointed to its disclosure policy, which states, quote, EA requires full disclosure and transparency with every game changer content activation or paid sponsorship that we are involved with. We do not partner with influencers, agencies, or talent who do not support proper disclosure.
And Ninja did have graphics on his stream indicating that he was a promotion partner. Lawrence, what did it look like? Do you know?
No, I don't actually.
In the shape of a Dorito?
Theoretically, that's disclosure, but only to people who know to look for it and know to think about it. Everyone else is just like leaning back and letting Ninja like do goofy voices and be good at Fortnite or
More often than not, it's just in the title of the stream. Just says
yeah, there's like a little
ad.
hashtag. It's in the advertiser's interest to do as little as possible to remind you that it is sponsored. It's a weird drawing line between whether the viewer needs to be actively aware of it or the streamer has a responsibility to say, look, I'm getting paid for this right now. Now let's have fun. So we try to do our part here by making sure that there is a very clear distinction between the advertisement part of it and the actual body of the show. Streamers, it's a little fuzzier.
So I guess the question is, did he do anything wrong?
No, not at all.
No, someone offered him a shitload of money to play a video game because of his huge following, and who wouldn't take that?
Yeah.
I mean, earlier I was going to take some leftover food, so...
I still will.
More than anything though, it's just a reminder that lots of what you see on the internet are ads and sponsored content. Even if you think you're just watching someone dicking around on their computer in their house, it could be sponsored. Look around. You might see it in the title or the description or maybe even in a tiny little corner of the screen.
We're just trying to say here, trust nobody. Wear a tinfoil hat, take the fillings out of your teeth, because that's how the government's watching
That's
you.
that they transmit radio into your
Yeah,
teeth.
little antenna in there.
And with that little bit of info, enjoy your weekend, if you can.
Today's episode is sponsored by ExpressVPN. You may not know what a VPN is, so let Professor Lawrence educate you a little bit. It's called a virtual private network. Essentially, when you connect to the internet, if it's just you going right to the internet, people can connect the data that's being sent back and forth to you. However, if you connect to a VPN, that's basically you bouncing your internet traffic off of another computer that then accesses the internet, and between you and that computer, everything is encrypted. So all of that data no longer connected to you. It's just you accessing the internet anonymously. That's important because if you're using public Wi-Fi or something like that, somebody can look at all the data that's being transferred back and forth, maybe get some personal information on you, open some credit accounts in your name, and then suddenly you just bought a mobile home in Alabama and you don't know why. unless you want a mobile home in Alabama. In that case, we have another ad for you. But today, ExpressVPN is going to offer you 3 months free by clicking the link in the description or going to expressvpn.com/inside. Once more, that's expressvpn.com/inside for 3 free months. Try it, because it's getting hairy out there on the internet, man. Have you seen this news, this Facebook stuff? You want to throw a big old garbage bag over all your data, keep that stuff safe. That's the future of the internet. So once more, expressvpn.com/inside to stay safe and anonymous on the internet. Thank you for the sponsorship, ExpressVPN.
$1 million by August 2006. All that revenue was way too tantalizing an offer for Activision to pass up. Ever the clever girl, Activision immediately purchased 30% of Infinity Ward and adopted them as a secondary studio. This turned out to be a smart move. At Infinity Ward, West, Zampella, and another 25%